426 on Friday the 19th of May 2017. So this will be the last trading day for a few days because Monday is a holiday, and I thought I would get a few trades in. Hopefully try out the market. Has not been a very good week, has not been a very good month, but I am persistent and I'm still tweaking. So these are sort of stocks I've been looking at today, and I have some limit orders in CNL. I have a limit order at 362 right here. I like this spot because this is the second sort of downish day for this stock, and 6 of the last 7 days have closed lower, and I think it has a fairly good upswing potential when it gets down close to the low of day, which is 361. And it has some upside. It opened and gapped, not gapped up, moved up into the 370s earlier. So CNL we're waiting on to see if it will get down here. Plus there's a chunky number at 361. EDR I actually just filled. I had a limit order at 426, which just filled when it had a big sell-off here. So I'm in here. This one, if you look at the 30-day by day, you can see yesterday it sort of pushed into this low as well, into the 424s, 425s, and then sort of tested it before a few times. And if you look at the last sort of 5 days, it's had some up movement. It's coming down and sort of testing this bottom area. So I think it might have some good upside. And then CNL is the other one. Did I talk about this one? No. This is the 1 month. So CNL, I'm looking at limit order of 362. Oops. Here, and then filled on EDR at 426. So 3 potential trades. 1 is active, which is EDR. And we will continue to look. My alerts for yesterday, these are the 3 I picked out that had some interest. Some of them have already moved up quite a bit from their open. They're doing fairly well, so let's wait and see. Okay, just a quick update. So EDR just filled at 426. Oh no, that's not the right one. Hang on, let me talk. Let me talk correctly. CNL at 362. I had that limit order 362, and it just sold off tremendously here to bring us down to 362, and I'm in at 362. The only one left that has not filled is NDM, which is actually kind of close at 233. That's where the buys are right now, 233. So I'm in 2. CNL at 362 and EDR at 426. And EDR, I filled it here, it came down to 424, it bounced back, and now we're sitting at basically even. So that's where we are right now in 2 stocks. CNL is testing low of day right now at 361. You can see it's hit 361 a couple of times. We got in at 362, and it's possible it might get into the 350s, might sell off to here, but I'm looking at the 3-month chart by day. And if you look, if I zoom in here the last bunch of days, you can see that it's tested in this 350, 355. That's been the low for the last several days. And even back here, 340, 347. So it has had higher lows, 1, 2, 3, even, for the last 5 straight days. And it's sort of bounced back from those lows. So I will probably set a stop loss below 355, which would be lower than the last 3 days, and give me some room. But I'm watching it now, so I don't really have to worry about it too much. But about 355, I think, would be a stop on this one. And EDR looks like it had some big push up about 10 minutes ago, and we'll see if it can break through this 428 that it's been bouncing around for a while. And NDM, I don't think it's filled yet. Nope. So we're still trying to get into NDM at 233 right here and right here on the chart. So we'll see if that works out. And I will keep sort of perusing the other stocks to see if there's anything else that interests me. I'm about to put a limit order on LUN 757. So this stock opened 762, came down to 753, 754, and then ramped up all the way out to 770, and has since pulled back all the way to 758. And ooh, BMO just went down. That was another one I was looking at. 93.32. Just keep that on the radar. So I have a limit order, 757 right here. There's some decent numbers below it, and well, it might test low of day. I like it that it's pulled back, and yeah, 751 was the high of day yesterday, so we'll see if this fills and we'll see how it works. So we're still open at 757, which is right here. EDR has tested the low again. It actually broke below the low just a little bit, and now we're at 424. CNL is just sort of floating around. And NDM, which we have a limit order at 233, has not come down. It's in fact been the one of those 3 that has pushed back up. So yeah, this BMO, it's interesting at 93.30 or so. So we'll see if this LUN fills. Looks like it might, and we'll see how it goes. Still waiting on the fill for that one. So CNL moving in the wrong direction, just sold off pretty aggressively down to 357, 358. So I had to put a stop loss at 354 on it. I was just looking at the 1 month by day, and basically 354 is just below the low over the last 3 days. So you can see here the low was 355. Yesterday the low was 355, and we're getting close to it again today. So just put a little stop loss in there right here. Hopefully it won't hit that, but gotta protect yourself. And LUN, did that just gap up huge? $757. Oh no, I'm looking at the 1 month. That's very confusing. So this one is still open. We have a limit at 757, so we might fill here. We will see. Let's check in on EDR. EDR Still at 424. Close to low of day for the last 2 days. Low of day yesterday was exactly 424. So we'll see. Oops. And NDM, of course. The third one I tried to get into, and I couldn't. Tried to get in at 233. It's now moved up quite a bit, so see if we get into LUN. Oh, we filled on LUN at 757. So we are in. We'll have a look. Okay, LUN, we are in at 757. Looks like it hit that sort of low a day space. It's pushing up a little bit. We got a big order at 760, so that's good. Hoping to get back into the 770s, and then we'll see. NDM, which we're still sitting on, still way too high. We have a limit at 233. EDR has pushed back to basically our buy point at 426. And CNL has pushed back a little bit to 360, and we're in at 362. Okay, LUN is continuing to move up. So just sort of keep my eye on it. There's a big number at 768. So I might pull the trigger on it for a little bit of a profit. Try and get a winning trade. See if it breaks through here. 766. Okay, it's got 766. A lot of big numbers below. Maybe 770 might be a top end. Out. Oh, no, I didn't fill that order. Tried to one click out at 766. Didn't fill. So that might be a good thing. I don't know. So I got my finger on the trigger at the sell at market. Looks like it's going to bump back up to 766. Yep. So this is where I was trying to sell before. The numbers are getting bigger. Maybe that misclick was a good thing. Definitely think 770 might be hard to break through. It's noon, I need more coffee. So I'll just keep my eye on the bid size on level 2 here. As well as the ask at 767. So 500 shares at 768. Okay, now we're at 767. See if we can keep this momentum going. It's breaking through 768. It's pulling back. Dang it, I'm out. I filled at 766, right where I first clicked on it. So, I don't know if there's more room, but there's been so many losers the last bunch of days that just happy to get a winning trade in. Definitely looks like 770 will be tough to break through, so I'm happy to get out. So that was a in at 757, out at 766, $166 profit. Yay! Let's look at the other ones. EDR. Yeah, so we're in at 426 on this one, so we're down a couple cents. And CNL looks like it's potentially moving in the right direction. We're in at 362 on this one, so again, a couple cents down. I found another interesting potential. This is gold G. Let's put it on the current stock list. So 1872 is current trading. This is the daily, and I have a limit order at 1871, which is right here. Low a day is 1868, and it's definitely puttering around. The volume's been pretty high all day, so you can see I'm potentially close to being filled. Chunky number at 1870. This is a big stock with lots of big numbers, so we'll see if we fill at 1871. This is another one I was sort of looking at in the 920 to 923 range. Keep my eye on that one. And nothing else has really happened with these guys. They're both sort of puttering around, a couple cents down. So yeah. Oh, I think we might have filled the G. It says 1871. No, not yet. But we're right on the cusp of filling the G. So we will see on that one if we can fill at 1871. I think that's pretty cool. Again, we're right at the low of day for today and yesterday. Dropped down quite a bit yesterday. Let's buy some gold. Still waiting to fill. Alright, I'll let you know if I fill. So it looks like we might have missed gold. It pulled up pretty good, and we didn't fill at 1871. And it's sitting at 1875 right now on the ask side. That's too bad. Just missed it. Oh well, keep moving on. Got an alert on BTE, which I was watching earlier. It hit 457. High a day is 468. Low a day 450. But it's had it's hit this 450 mark several times over the last 6 or 7 days, and that's sort of in the bottom 450. Did have a big sell-off yesterday, or a big movement down to 428, but yeah, so I put a limit order at 456. We will see. Ooh, I filled gold. How did I fill gold? Remember that one that ramped up? It filled. 1871. Okay, I'm in gold. Huh. Gold. 1871. That's exciting. I think, maybe. So we now own some gold. Well, technically we own a company that makes gold, produces gold, or mines gold. Alright, so we're in at 1871 on G. Let's look around. EDR volume has just dropped right off. 424, which is 2 cents off. Our purchase, CNL 360, volume dropped right off again. 2 cents off our purchase. And we got gold now. That's kind of neat. So low a day for gold is 1868. And it's trended down and then flatlined the last 20 minutes or so. And again, we're right at the same low of yesterday on the daily. So if you look at a month by the day, yesterday's low was right at this mark, and today's low is right at this mark. So that might be a little bit of support from yesterday, hopefully carrying on until today. We'll see what happens though. Now it was interesting, BMO triggered right here at like 1930. I didn't buy it because I was busy with some other stocks, but it's a good sign that it triggered where I wanted it to, and had I had the time and effort to get in, it's moved up since I put the alert on, so that's a good thing. This BTE is still open at 456. So we'll keep our eye on that. Keep our eye on gold. Keep our eye on EDR, which just dropped back down to low a day. Keep our eye on CNL, just not moving. Got a lot of, I'm going to delete BMO so we don't get confused. And we'll go from there. Alright, it's 1 o'clock. Quick update for you. G has surpassed its daily low and we're now into 1866 territory. Not much to say about that. EDR has just flatlined completely for the entire afternoon. We had one sell-off to drop it down to 423. So we're about 3 cents off our, I guess on the ask side, 2 cents off our buy at 426. CNL rebounded a little bit. It's kind of pushing up very slowly. It was, the ask was at 362. It's dropped down a little bit. We just got into BTE, which sort of surprised me because it had ramped up a little. So I'll have to look at sort of where we want to look at this, but we're right at sort of this point right after it ramped up at the beginning of the day. So it seems to have been selling off a fair bit, but I like our entry point 456. I like these big chunky numbers underneath us, although it's chunky everywhere with this order. With this, and I see this double-sized 462, which is right here, so there'll be some resistance for sure. If we do go up on this one, it won't be more than 4 or 5 cents, I don't think. So we now have 4 stocks in play. This MDM I'm still looking at, but you know, this would have been nice to get in at 233 like we tried near the beginning of the day. It's had some good upward movement and continues to move up. So, whoa, how about 239? So it just hit the high day. So unfortunately, of the 3 early morning or in the morning trades we tried to do, we got into 2 or 3 of them, and this is the one that seems to be the big mover in the right direction. So fortunately, we didn't hit that one, but we're still in some other stuff, and we will continue to work. So just added a couple stop losses in EDR. It's just not moving well, so I put a 419 stop loss. Some chunky numbers here, but it just looks like it's slowly tailing off. I haven't seen a big buy since 1 p.m. 11:30 a.m. Gold is back up where we got it at. So you see 3 green candles, or not candles, but 3 green markers in a row, which is good. CNL looks like it's trying to fight back up. It's been sort of frozen at this 362 mark. There's a chunky number at 364, so I don't know if we'll get much in the good direction. In BTE, I put a stop loss at 419. Did I put 419? That sounds... Sorry, 448, which is just a couple cents below end of low of day right here. This trades at 455, so it hit the bottom of 454. We're in at 456, and it pushed up a little bit, so we'll keep our eye on that one. So it's 140. Just a couple quick updates. CNL just had a huge sell-off. Our stop loss is 354, so we didn't actually hit it, but we moved all the way down to 356, and we pulled back. So after, you know, a fairly reasonable slow upswing back up to our entry point, we've dumped pretty hard on that one, so that's unfortunate. Gold just hovering right around our entry point. EDR, again, flat line, not much volume at all. And BTE is actually moving in the right direction. In at 456. We're in at 460 right now, so that looks like a decent entry point we got in here. So we'll keep our eye on this guy. Let's see how she goes. So BTE has pushed up to 460. We're in at 456. So I have my finger on the trigger. It looks like we're getting up to this sort of top range here, 462, 461, and you can see these chunky numbers, 60,000, 60,000, which will be a little bit harder to push through if it does continue to go up. So I'm just sort of keeping my eye on this number here if this drops. Say to 10,000 or so. It could just jump quickly if the big order comes in, but I'm going to keep my eye on it. Looks like 460 is growing a little, which is good. Alright, was growing. Real quick to look around. Gold still bouncing around. EDR it's just sitting at these two chunky numbers, so we got a stop loss underneath it, but it needs a bit of a bounce. And CNL, same thing. Told you this sell off. It's trying to sort of push its way back. And then BT is the one we're just sort of sitting in, potentially selling. At least keeping our eye on it. Oh, good. Continuing to push up. 461 now, big numbers. 462 should break. I think if we get into 462, I'm just going to sell. I mean, it's possible to push close. Alright, we're into 462. Oh no. Give me 462. Alright, good. We filled at 462. So just this chunky number. And this was a pretty small number at 462, so we're out of BTE at 462, which is $136 profit, which is pretty good. I'm happy with that one. So we'll keep this open, we'll keep watching it for a bit, just because I'm always sort of wanting to learn. Okay, just dropped to 461, so we might have, well, back up to 462, so it's, I'd like to see us get out close to a good number. Alright, so let's look back here. CNL, that's a big chunky number at 359, which is unfortunate. And EDR, same thing, it's just not doing much. G looks like it's might be breaking up to the top of where it's been. I don't know how much up pressure it has to keep on moving up from this point, but certainly possible. Looks like we might get stopped at EDR. It's breaking through chunky number 1, and we're sitting right here at our stop. So keep an eye on it. And we'll go from there. I'm going to do something that I don't generally do, but I'm looking at CNL right now, and well, there is a chunky number at 359. Our stop loss is 354, and it's hit this 357 before, bounced up, and it's tested again, bounced up, tested again. So I'm looking at it. So I actually put another limit order in at 357 on this. So if we get in 357 and we got the first half in at 362, we put our average at 359 and a half, and I do feel like we can get back to 361, 362. We could turn a loser into a winner, and also can keep the stop loss at 354, so it would only be an extra 3 cents on 3,000 shares. So it's a $90 risk potentially to have an upside that would be, I don't know, $100 maybe. So I just have it, I mean, it's already bumped up a little bit from here, so we'll see what happens with this. Okay, so CNL dipped, and we got in at 3.57, so now we are double stacked, 5,000 shares, average of 3.595. So we're in at 3.62 and then in at 3.57. So we're still going to stop loss at 354, so it increases our potential loss. But hopefully it'll allow us to be closer to a winner or even with just a few cent upswing. So we'll see how that goes, and nothing else is really doing much. Gold is still puttering around. EDR is not doing very exciting at all. So that one we're in at, oh, this is the one that we were just talking about. What? 423. Did I do the wrong one? CNL. Sorry. CNL is the one that we just got in at 357. CNL. Hang on, I'm confused here. Put EDR and CNL, I got them confused. So CNL we just bought at 356. So I just put the double stack at EDR instead of CNL, which confused me a lot. Alright, so CNL. Okay, I gotta do some math. 62 plus 357 divided by 2. So 3595. And that one, 6,000 shares. Okay, that makes more sense. So that one, yeah, so we have 6,000 shares of CNL, and then still the same amount of CDR, which is EDR, sorry, 426. And BTE, actually, I could continue to watch this. We got it at 462, I believe. 460, and it still had some room. It flattened out right at 464, but it's actually showing at 465. So, hindsight 2020. It still had some. It's pushing high a day right now, which is 468, which is pretty impressive upswing. So we sort of jumped out maybe a tiny bit early, but can't complain when you have a winning trade too much. So we'll keep an eye on this CNL because we got a pretty big chunk in the game. Hopefully this doesn't break down below 356 because then that will be a challenge. But this is a risk-reward play. And we'll just see how the day ends. It's 2:37, so there's an hour and a half left in the market. Not a good idea what I just did. CNL sold off hard. And I got stopped out of half of it at, let me find the number. Yeah. 3.538. I got stopped out. Just again did a big tank within 2 seconds, so someone sold off 20,000 shares, and so I'm half out of it, and the other half I'm stuck, 7 or 8 cents, just a couple percent. So it's unfortunate. Once in a while that'll work out, I guess, but it didn't work out at this moment. EDR, still nothing. It's actually slowly declining, so that doesn't make me excited. Gold, still flat. So clearly, although the market's kicking ass today, it's just kind of frustrating as the market did sell off here, so you can see maybe a little bit of movement I got caught in, but overall the market's doing quite well, and I just happen to be in some a few tough spots. So the CNL, I guess I'll stop loss the rest of it at 349. I'm going to break down the order. I'll break down the order into 2 separate ones so it's not confusing. Yeah, so that's where we're at now, unfortunately. I mean, barring some ridiculous rebound on this stock in the last hour of the day. Not much more to say about that except, chasing losses I think is probably not the greatest idea as a general rule. That's that. So I'll get all the numbers in. The first chunk on CNL, that stop loss is a $260 loss, and then the second chunk on CNL I'm in at 357, so it's at 352 right now, and I've stop loss at 349. So then I just put up the stop loss on EDR. It was at 419. I put it to 420, just a little bit tighter. Just hasn't been doing anything in the right direction. And gold, I'll just sit on till the end of the day, maybe get a late day rally. yeah, so that's where we are right now. If either of these two sell off, I'll keep my eye on anything moving right now. See if there's one or two more trades to get in before the end of the day. Figured might as well. It's about to be a long weekend, so it's my last chance to trade. It'd be nice to end on a positive note. I mean, even though that was a crappy situation, we're technically 2-1. EDR likely will be a loss without some sort of big rebound, so that'd be 2-2. And gold will sort of be whatever it does. It won't be a big, huge money maker, but we could have a break-even-ish day. So we'll see. The last several stocks that I look at will do. 313. I just put a limit order in on Manulife Financial MFC. 2351. It opened huge up to 2360. Sort of slowly, you know, up and down throughout the day, and it's selling off. But I think this 2350 might rebound from it. So I hope I can get it at 2351. There's a slightly chunky number at 2350 as well. So we'll see. Limit order 2351. All right, here's another one. This PD, Pacific Drilling. It's up actually almost 5% on the day. And it's tailing off from a high of 538. And I put a limit order at 527, which looks around here like it was stable for a long time before it started the rise. So my hope is it comes down here and then it doesn't fall further. It could fall down to 525, 523. So I'd probably put a stop loss in the 520 range. But if I can pick it up at 527, which is here, that'd be pretty good. All right, so we got filled on Manulife at 2351 just a moment ago. So we'll see if it wants to stay here, if it wants to break down. I bottomed out here once about 10 minutes ago. So I'm hoping this is not going to crack down some more. We will see. Other than that, nothing exciting happening. The PD looks like I missed the boat on the low side. Still have a limit at 527, but yeah, it looks like it's going back up, so I might have missed that one. So we might have some EDR is very close to hitting my stop loss, which was, is it 420? I think it's 420. It might be hitting it right now. I think it might have hit it. So it's at 420. It's still open. So this is right on my cusp of stop lossy. So if this hits, then we'll be out of EDR. And MFC. Okay, it's got a big number on 2350, so that's it's moving a lot. The volume's picked up for sure. So see, it might want to bot down a couple spots more, but if it comes down too much below 2350, I have no idea where the bottom is. No idea. So yeah. See if this stops us out or not. Still open. Oh, MFC broke through momentarily, 2350. Lucky on EDR, it filled us at 420 on our stop loss. So that one is dead. That will be a 6-cent loss, $164 loss on that one. That one we played the whole day and it just did nothing good. We're in like here, in here, and just slow and steady, quiet decline into sadness. CNL, which we're in the second round at 357, is actually sort of kind of pulling back up. So we'll see. We'll see how that completes. MFC has been just bouncing right around still the 2350 mark, which I kind of expected. So on the minute chart, it's really been bouncing right around this 2350. So we'll see about that. Gold, I have a sell at, whoa, let's change that. I have a sell at 1873. Just, I mean, like it's bounced so often. We got it at 1871 a long time ago, way back here. And I sort of just want to hit one of these bump ups. It's hit 1873 a few times. So just get out with a very minor profit on that one. And yeah, we'll see. PD, it's pulled back down. We'll see if we can possibly, we have 527 at the limit. It's still trading at 530. But there's 25 minutes left in the market, so if we get in, we'll have to get in and get out quickly. But it is selling off a little bit. We've got a few at 529 still. So we'll keep our eye as the market gets close to close. So it looks like CNL has pulled up back into 356, 357. So we're in at 357, and if we can get out with half of it at a little bit profit, that would be cool. So we'll keep our eye on this one. It's not very strong on the bids. We dropped right back to 353, as you can see. So short-lived, but there's still 20 minutes left for a little bit of a pullback. And gold might actually sell us. We might get out at 1873. See if it fills. Yeah, gold filled at 1873, so we made a very modest. We lost $4 after the juice. Well, we'll consider that a win anyway, just because it feels good to have a win. So gold is gone. Silly thing. It's bouncing around so hard. And now it's going to bump, I bet. But I'll keep my eye on it. It just has not been able to break through 1874 for the entire afternoon. And CNL, I'm back in that 353 range. MFC, not much change. And the PD, I don't even know if we want to get into this anymore because it's almost 20 to 4. This feels like a dangerous play at this point. But we have a limit order at 527. I'll leave it till like quarter 2, and if it doesn't fill by then I'll just cancel it. And that's where we're at. So just food for thought and learning as I go. Gold finally broke 3 into 1876 territory, and I got impatient and put my limit sell at 1873. This doesn't mean anything. It's only a few dollars really, because I only had 500 shares. So it'd just be a difference of maybe 20 bucks at this point, but it's just interesting nonetheless that it sat there literally for 5 hours and didn't break through, and now it looks like it's finally near the end of the day pushing up. So zig when you should zag. CNL is moving. The volume is picking up, so that's good. I got to get out in the next 20 minutes, so hopefully I can find a spot that's close to even or maybe up a penny. We'll see. MFC unchanged. I'm going to cancel my PD order because it's just not enough time to do anything with it. So that one is canceled. So yeah, look at gold. Look at gold. I think it's going to go some more. What I wanted, just a little bit after I had the patience for it. All right, quarter two. I just have my finger on CNL to sell off. The numbers are big on the buy side compared to the sell side. So I want to kind of be patient with this one and hope to get out at a close to break even. Second chunk we're in at 357. Now you can see that number really big, so even if we push up, I don't think we'll push up past 356, 355, but you never know. Alright, this might take a while. Alright, we got 8 minutes left in the market. CNL has pushed up a penny. Still strong numbers on the upside, 355. Looks like MFC is also pushing up a little near the end of the day. So I'll try and ride that as good as I can. And gold, I mean, it did push up to almost 1880, so about 6 or 7 cents higher than where we sold, but didn't do a monstrous thing, and it's now down to 1875. So whatever, no big deal. So I'm really keeping my eye for now on this CNL, trying to get it up to like 356, 357 even, because these are small numbers, but might be asking a little too much with 7 minutes left in the market. But we will hold our breath for something good. So we're at 3:55 p.m. now. CNL briefly pushed into 356, then came down, but 357 is smaller now. So again, just keep my eye. Guess I'm happy to get out at 356, considering these awful 340 numbers. Alright, so I got my finger on the trigger to sell off the rest. Alright. It's got to get reviewed actually on this one, so I'm going to put it in now. Just wait a few seconds. looks likely we're going to push back to 356 here. When it does, if it does, we'll submit the order. Alright, I'm going to submit the order now because it's 357, and this will take a minute to clear. It's got a, for some reason, a couple of these trades I've done had to get reviewed. So let's look at MFC. Let's try and get out of this one. How many shares we got? 500. So we'll sell them at market. Preview that. Get it at 53 right now. Just over a minute left. Happy to get it at 53 now. Alright, we're into 53, so let's get out. Try and get out at 53. Alright, we're out at 53, and CNL filled at 3.555. Which must have just bounced. So that's it, we're done. So CNL 3.555. So the second CNL was a $59 loss. It's not terrible for that. Could have been worse kind of scenario. May 19, and then MFC 2353. That was another one exactly like G. We'll call it a win, but it's actually after paying the juice, it's a $4 loss. We'll call it a win. So day is basically even. I'll bring it over here. So May 19th. These are the numbers. We had EDR at a 164 loss. That just didn't do anything all day. CNL, we came in, we tried to add more at 57, but unfortunately that didn't really work out. We stopped us out at 3.8 for half of it, and then LUN was a good one. Got in at 757, out at 766. G was basically break even. It's up 2 cents. But after juice, it's stuck $4. BTE was another decent one, in at 456, out at 462 for 136. And MFC was basically even again, in at 51, out at 53. So overall, we'll call it 4 and 3, and minus $25, 7 trades. And if you look at 7 times 2. Why am I doing 7 times 2? So 14 times 7. So we paid $98 in fees for today, and we're stuck 25. So we're actually up $70 before fees. So almost a winning day. So I think it's nice to end on a bit of a winner. I'm going to take the long weekend. I'm going to sort of look over my strategy, really think about what I'm looking for to get into stocks, because I think I'm trying to sort of catch a falling knife too much. I'm trying to find stocks that are tanking and then jump in when they're at the bottom of the tank, which is tough to do. I might evaluate maybe for taking more winning stocks and riding them up higher. You know, if a stock has had some down days and then has a turnaround day, maybe jumping on it the day after that turnaround day or something similar, because the strategy I'm using seems to more often than not, it's been tricky to catch sort of the bottom of the downside of all these stocks. So anyway, hope you enjoyed. Have a great weekend, and I'll see you next week.